listening to The Late Showgram with Jim Richards on the iHeartRadio Talk Network.
Always fun each and every week to talk to our friend Eric Alper when we go through this past week's music notes. I love this story about the Beatles getting inspiration from a cereal commercial, Eric.
Yeah, and it wasn't that they couldn't write a hit song on an empty stomach, but there was a really big commercial for Kellogg's Corn Flakes in London, England, and the tagline was "Good morning, good morning." Well, John Lennon took that and actually wrote a song called "Good Morning" that is found on one of the greatest albums of all time, Sgt. Pepper's.
Sunshine breakfast, Kellogg's Corn Flakes, best for everyone. Good morning, morning.
I got nothing to say, but it's okay. Good morning.
There you go.
That's pretty
The
good,
breakfast of record champions. That's pretty cool. All right, sticking with the Beatles here. Ringo Starr and how many drummers doing what?
Well, it looks like that by my count, 102 drummers along with Ringo Starr, Chad Smith of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and Bruce Springsteen's drummer Max Weinberg. They all did a cover of "Come Together" for a charity called Why Hunger that tries to work on eradicating hunger and advancing human rights to nutritious food. So the video is astounding. They have 100 different drummers with 100 different drum sets. Pretty amazing.
And I'll be right here with you.
Is everybody getting in this business, Eric?
Well, yeah, they're getting in the business of calling up 100 drummers, and no, I'm only kidding. Justin Bieber is actually getting into the cannabis business with his line of pre-rolled joints. There's 3 for $50, and he calls them Peaches, which is a line, and it's the title from his latest song that is storming up the Hot 100. So, yeah, following Drake, here goes Justin Bieber in the dope business. Really.
Yeah. So has it come out yet? Because we're expecting the new album this week from Adele, aren't we?
Yeah, we're expecting the new single, which is going to be coming out shortly. But the album that's rumored to be called 30 is due to come out in either this week or next week. And we don't even know the title. We don't even know what date it is. That's just how big Adele is, that she can move mountains to do this.
Band that I love played a solid in the first Coachella. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so when Coachella first started back in 1999, they lost so much money that the organizers asked Rage Against the Machine to rage against the machine and pay back some of the money that was given to them.
Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine.
And you played the very first Coachella back in 1999 as well.
Weird, yeah. And Coachella was so unsuccessful, they asked for half the money back.
Did you give it to them?
We did, because they were friends. It was Golden Voice. They booked every back alley show from day one.
They were
the punk rock promoters. They were just like bros who did the punk rock show.
What a nice move to give it back. Then you play in 2007 or so.
We should have asked for a piece of the festival. That's what we should have done.
I'm kidding. After those numbers, Eric, that's what they should have done. Do you like mashups, and who is this?
I do. I love mashups. Mashups are the ability to put two songs that would normally not even think about going well together when mixed up. But this was great. It's I Can't Go For That by Hall & Oates and Closer by 9 Inch Nails. Take a listen to how they did it.
Oh, that's pretty great.
No, I just love the fact that they can take two songs that have nothing to do with one another, much like politics and music.
Yeah, well, that's kind of funny here because the Democratic opponent is using Taylor Swift to try to get one up on a Republican opponent down in Virginia.
Yeah, this is pretty wild. The Democratic candidate, Terry McAuliffe, had purchased a number of digital ads highlighting the fact that his Republican opponent, Glenn Youngkin, was behind the backing of the sale of Taylor Swift's former record label to Scooter Braun's company. So, meaning that this guy helped make the sale of Taylor Swift's masters to her arch rival, Scooter Braun. And the Democratic Party is using this to kind of rally Taylor Swift fans to not vote for this person.
You don't want to get Taylor Swift fans mad, I don't think, do you?
No.
Not at all.
You don't want to get Taylor Swift mad. You don't want to get anybody mad. We're too old.
You know what? I haven't seen Kiss live yet, and I might be convinced to go see them. I don't even mean that in a bad way. I don't look down on them, but is there reason to believe that now a farewell tour is actually going to be a farewell tour?
Yeah, I've actually talked to Paul Stanley before this year a couple of times and asked him about whether or not if this is going to be it for Kiss and can they go on with different people acting as their characters on stage. And he was like, no, to maybe. Turned out that this is going to be Kiss's farewell tour that's going to end late next year. And Paul doesn't think that it can continue, though. So they kind of go back and forth based on whatever month it is. But they'd be a prime candidate for having people dress up as them and perform the songs of Kiss forever.
No kidding. Yeah, I would agree with that, or at least down in Vegas somewhere. I'm sure that's already happening, actually. It's David Lee Roth who's announced he's going to retire this past week.
Yeah, this is wild because he's got a couple of shows coming up at the end of December, and then New Year's Day and a couple of shows in January. And this is it. He's going to retire from music. But in the end of an old video called A Little Ain't Enough, there's a marquee at Anaheim Stadium that reads, Diamond Days, the absolute final tour, sold out. So he kind of announced his retirement 30 years ago, if the rumors are to be
Oh, wow.
But either way, I think this is it. There might be some underlying health issues with Dave that we don't know about. But it looks like that this is going to be it for him.
Who doesn't love Dolly Parton and this story?
Dolly Parton is in the news because her first real kiss, she says, was in grade school.
First kiss, Lord have mercy. I think my first real kiss was in grade school. Some friend had a party at her house, and we played Spin the Bottle. And I got my first kiss from a boy there, a different boy than my first crush. But I was happy that it landed on one of the cute boys. I had a lot of boys in my life. I love boys. I still do.
Yeah, I think that's probably not been a problem. Yes or no? It's time for some trivia, Eric. Did Madonna turn down a role in The Matrix?
She did. She said that she did, and this is news to a lot of people.
But I also turned down the role in The Matrix. Can you believe that?
You did?
I want to kill myself.
Oh, stop.
No, seriously.
You're Madonna.
That's like one of the best movies ever
anything.
made.
You don't regret anything. Look at you.
Teeny tiny part of me regrets just that one moment in my life.
You nailed it. And finally, Ozzy has scared a lot of people. How so?
Yeah, he has. He actually credits not getting COVID to his devil worshipping. Now, I think he's kidding with this one. He's a little bit hard to understand like he normally is, and you might have to play it backwards in order to get the message. But yeah, he's Ozzy. He's one of the greatest people that ever lived in music. But he's always got a great sense of humor about him.
All right, Eric, always a pleasure. Thank you very much for enlightening us on This Week in Music Notes. We'll talk to you next week.
Absolutely, Jim. Thanks so much for having me.
Eric Alper, I'm Jim Richards. It's the Late Night Showgram.